full disclaimer, not a movie review, just a little, I guess you could call it a rant because I'm going to go ahead and label it as a rant. Also, yes, I'm in my garage. You could see in the background, I'm in my car. So I didn't want my mother to hear me in the office go on my little rant or my cats pop up in the background. So I just saw the movie Thanksgiving. It was absolutely fantastic. I love horror movies. I love gore. It's a little too much gore for me, but the scare element was 110% there. That's what I want. I mean, I scare easily already, but the whole audience was scaring. It was such a good plot. Like, it had a good beginning, a middle, an end. There were no complications. It was just filmmaking wise, it was great. And then at the end of the film, I discovered it was directed by Eli Roth. So I guess that explains why it was so good. Because he's very much I mean, he's a good actor, Eli Roth, but he's also a filmmaker by trade and somebody that went to film school. I really, really, really like people that just deliver a good movie like that. Having said that, there was a line in the movie I really didn't like, and it was one of the security guards. I swear I'm not. I swear I'm not being bitter because I'm not. Okay, so at one point, like the security guard knew someone was in his apartment to kill him. So at one point he said, I'm a security guard. I kill people every day. That frustrated me so much because, yes, in every horror movie, the security guard is the bad guy, first one to die, the whole thing. But, and then in other movies, they are portrayed as not paying attention to the CCTV monitors, eating donuts, doing everything but their actual job. And I get that. No one's perfect. That's fine. And do we, eat coffee and drink donuts? Yes. Do we eat coffee and drink donuts? No, but we do drink coffee and we do eat donuts. Why? Because it's sustenance. And sometimes we have 12 to 14-hour shifts and we have to get whatever we can in our system. Sometimes it's just a quick thing to make sure our sugar doesn't fall, to make sure we drink coffee, and because it's good. But a lot of us actually do our jobs and we have to be on our toes. So I couldn't help to be so insulted by that comment because security guards do not kill people every day. They are not supposed to kill people, period. If they do, hopefully there's a reason behind it. I pray to God there is. I know there was that one man a couple years back. He was a security officer for an apartment complex, and one of the residents had turned down a date with him, and he killed her. So that made me mad even back then because it's like, hey, you're supposed to keep us safe and what's that saying that I've used before, unfortunately? Letting a wolf into the barn kind of thing. It was just so frustrating to hear that comment. And yeah, I know obviously it's exaggerated, but it's just really frustrating because when you see security, it's supposed to be not only your first line of defense, you're supposed to feel safe, you're supposed to, have a sense of security. So to hear a line like that was so frustrating because there are so many security officers that do not do their jobs. Then there's some of them out there like me that not only do their jobs, but make sure that it's done right and take pride in the job. When I fell into security, and when I literally say I fell into security, is because I fell into security. Security was not my line of work. It happened after the quarantine. Universal and Disney had closed, and I was part time at both places. So, I had some time in my hands. My dad suggested security for a multitude of reasons. And I remember thinking, fine, it's the only thing that's hiring right now. And, I was not collecting unemployment. I had one stimulus check. I was very blessed. I had a really good savings account. I was very, very blessed, especially during the quarantine. I never missed a bill. Having said that, when I went to get my license, I landed my first job. And 9 days later, I was promoted to site supervisor. 3 months later, I was promoted to field supervisor. I then went on to develop my own security program for training and response to anything from terrorism to emergencies to drills to prowler alerts. And it was just a program that I designed, for basic training skills for security officers just in general. But it's got to get patented by Florida and stuff like that. It's not like a universal type, security program. So I take pride in my job. So it was just a very frustrating line. But yeah, not all security officers are bad. We do our job like any other line of work. Sorry that there are some out there. There are some people out there in their line of work. It doesn't even have to be security that make everybody else look bad. What's that saying? It takes one rotten apple to ruin the rest of the batch, something like that. Or this is why we can't have nice things. One of those sayings. But it was a great movie. But yes, security officers are not bad. We do enjoy our job. We do try our best. Sometimes we are at our wits' end. Sometimes we are exhausted. And sometimes we get frustrated like everybody else. But you know, we do our job, and I just wish that one line in that movie just can be taken out and just forgotten about. But it was a great movie, and unfortunately, that one line got under my skin, and probably for the rest of the night too. So there's that.